The year of the snake in 2025 was a year of release, right? Of shedding the old skin, the old wounds, peeling it off, letting it die, letting some relationships die quietly, letting the energy, giving the energy its space to move. It was the year of the snake was a time to sit in the shadows, to sit in introspection, to sit in the cave. And I know a lot of you who have been doing this, and I did this perfectly. Well, I mean, there was nothing perfect about the year of the snake, because it was all coming up to the surface, and there's still a lot coming up to the surface. But jump to the year of the horse, which is right now, February 17, 2026 is the beginning of this. This is all about movement, momentum, change. It's all we're not hiding anymore. We're not hiding in our cave anymore. The fire horse. I mean, there's 5 elements in each of the animals. The fact that the fire comes with the horse, those are 2 very wild, if you can think about that, right? This is a movement energy. This is we're not sitting anymore energy. And if you think about it, this is not like waiting for permission or waiting for validation anymore or approval. This is just going for it. And if we look at the Western Zodiac, if you look at all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, these 3 signs, there is no sitting around. Although I'm Leo, Sagittarius, there's no sitting around. And these are impulsive signs, spontaneous. They roar, or they travel, or they move into, they impulsively open businesses, or this is that kind of energy. In this year of the horse, the fixed signs, which is still Leo, by the way, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and I always forget this. Aquarius. Okay. These 4 signs are gonna be in full resistance mode, because they're fixed is like you're more grounded, right? So change is a little bit more challenging, just a little bit more challenging, a little bit more triggering, let's say, for the fixed signs. Water signs are going to have a ride of their life, let me tell you, right? Like, think about it. Fire, water puts out the fire for sure, but the fire is like going to force a lot of change in water signs. There's going to be a lot of emotional breakthroughs for the water sign. It's it's all done. It's all an evolutionary process in the end, right? So water signs would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So if you're a fixed sign, you're like everything. It's all good though. Don't let's not attach too much to these things. We're just having fun here, right? So before I get into talking more about the fire horse, I want to do the evolution arc so we understand this, right? So if we do like the year of the snake, and then we go into the year of the horse, and we could see how this evolution is going to happen. Right? So the year of the snake, like I said, it's like this release of trauma. A lot of people cut cords. A lot of people had silent realizations. We had like these moments where we were in our cave and we're like, I don't know how many times I did a moment in this past year. Sometimes I shared it with you, and sometimes most of the time I didn't. I just shared it with my phone so Big Brother could hear me. But otherwise, or I wrote it in a journal. It's just like this. The year of the snake felt to me like an emotional detox. right? Because we were more silent, the snake is silently slithers into the tall grass, right? he's not like I'm a lion, hear me roar kind of energy. Like us too, as soon as the energy emerges, we see it, we feel it, and then we shed it, right? We have to move through these energies. It's not like the snake came around and was like, oh, let's just shed. No, we went through it. In the grass and in the water and on the mountains, we went everywhere, right? We really went everywhere with these emotions. And a lot of us have not fully moved through these emotions, and that's okay, right? But the thing is, with the horse, the only thing with the horse is that if some of you avoided the shedding in 2025, the horse will drag you. That is the difference. Like the year of the snake gave you that year to, okay, let's just face these mirrors, just face these things and these energies, right? Sit where you can, go in the nature, go in wherever you want, but this has to come up. The horse the horse we know is a compassionate animal, of course, but the fire horse is all about speed. It's all about movement. So he's not sitting with you like the snake did. He's like, we're going, right? So this I'm going to talk about this a little later, because that could be there. It's here where you're going to see that there's going to be a little bit of resistance, and some of the animals here are going to have a harder time, right, moving through this year. But there's a lot of good too coming, right? So now we jump into the horse, the year of the horse, right? We've all done all what we needed to do with the snake, and now we move into the year of the horse. And this is like where the snake was more private and more secluded, the horse is more public, more recognition, more hello, I'm here kind of energy. So that's going to be to me, it's like a polarity, right there, because everything is in, and this is like, oh. So like a lot of bold decisions are going to be made this year, from you, from people around you, from other external forces, perhaps. You're going to feel a lot more this, and you're going to feel more what is it, like diving into, like taking risks. Like you're going to feel that momentum. You're going to be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this kind of thing, energy, right? The horse is going to be like, yeah, let's do this. The horse is not going to let you go into your cocoon anymore. So with this fire horse being movement, right? Every time I think of a horse, I think of chariot energy as well. Like, okay, let's move, let's go. Like, what does moving mean? Moving home, moving to a new country, moving to a new city, changing where you are living right now, like changing things up, travel, relocation, exactly, all of that. Moving because your career, there's a career opportunity in another country. So you're like, okay, this is the year that once you bring it up to the surface, the fire horse energy is going to like push you. It's not going to make you question. So that's a kind of interesting year for a lot of us. And yeah, with that comes this need to, open new businesses, open new communities, open new centers, open this desire to share what you've been through, maybe creating a YouTube channel, like whatever it is, like, and the fire horse is going to, of course, encourage you. But the fire horse also brings impulsive choices, which is kind of a good thing, because I kind of like the idea of stop overthinking, right? Like just put you into spontaneity mode. Like yes. It's like a yes year. Let's do it. Okay. And the consequences we'll deal with after. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. This is not a quiet year. I'm not seeing, I don't see this as This is a very visible year. This is like a look at me year, or look at us year, or let's just, let's make these dreams come true kind of year, which is beautiful, but it could be tiring too. So let's go. I'm going to continue. I've written things down because, I am a tarot reader and not a Chinese astrologer. So the fire horse energy, the gifts of it. I'm going to talk gifts and wild cards. Gifts are, the amazing things the gifts that it's bringing this year. And the wild cards are like the reverse of tarot, let's say, right? So the gifts this year is going to bring magnetism, charisma. You're gonna start to feel a little bit more like like outgoing. You're going to feel like maybe, like if I just related to myself, last year I was indoors, people. I had no desire to go outside. Even in the summertime, I had no desire to mingle with people. I had no desire. And so perhaps this year is the total polar opposite. It's going to be like party time or whatever it is, right? It's just the energy. Anyways, you don't have to follow and abide by the energy. It's just you're going to feel it around you in your life. There's obviously with that comes confidence, right? And there's going to be a lot of creative breakthroughs, a lot of relationship breakthroughs. Like breakthrough feels like every time I see a fire, I just picture the fire horse in my head. I picture a black stallion with fire on his mane, running through the fields or a desert. That's how I can imagine it. So yeah, and there's and I don't see him stopping for the whole year. So he's gonna probably travel the whole world, because I don't see maybe stopping to drink water and boom, out again. That's the year. We're getting ready to lift off. And the thing is that there's no stopping. That's the thing. So it's kind of for someone who leads a very quiet life, who's very reserved, might see this fire horse as danger, like this. Oh my God, no. But it's not gonna, ultimately you're the human, you're the avatar in this movie, and you choose your way, right? So the thing with this fire horse feels like career leaps, if you've been working or school, recognition at school or recognition of the job you've been doing, all the hard work you've been putting in YouTube, it's going to be recognized, things are going to you're going to feel, I was going to say feel at ease, but you're going to be put in the spotlight, perhaps some of you. That's the momentum. That's momentum. If you're artists, maybe you're actors, or you're going to win awards, or musicians, there's this kind of energy showing up here for the fire horse. There's obviously physical vitality, makes a lot of sense here because the horse is a physical animal. Very muscular, so there's a lot of that energy showing up that perhaps there's going to be more people running alongside the horse, and the horse will be running with you, whatever that is, what else is there? Less sedentary weight kind of energy, more active, walking, running, whatever, doing things, I can't even think of cycling, active. And with fire always comes sensuality, right? So that is going to be opening up the chemistry, the sensual chemistry coming up, romantic, but more sensuality, which is beautiful because the snake revived the sensuality, right? It's like the Kundalini was awakening that was the purpose of the snake. It was awakening your sensuality, your confidence, your love of body, your love of self. And the horse is okay, now you got that, let's go. Let's go show yourself to the world. And regardless of what you think of yourself or how you perceive yourself or whatever, it's just this your magnetism is on a high. I mean, freaking awesome, amazing. And then freedom. I mean, for me, I just equate horse with freedom. So whatever that means for you, right? For me, freedom to, speak, freedom to be me, freedom to be transparent, freedom to, whatever that is for you, that is what that is. And it's amazing to me. Now the wild card of the horse energy. Of course, there's always like a polarity, right? The wild card is that you might be too overconfident, right? You might, ego comes up a lot with the horse, right? When you are too passionate and too powerful kind of thing, your ego is like, yeah, baby, let's do this. And there could be a lot of ego clashes. And that could be challenging if you think about it in this world setting. So where the fire horse is encouraging us to do, be, like rise up, like, awaken, rise up against or whatever, or for, or whatever it is. There's also that ego, elitist, let's say ego, like coming in and saying, oh, feeling threatened. So that could be an interesting blow up this year. I can't wait to see that. Anyways, with this impulsivity comes like also burnouts. You're burning your bridges too fast. You're hitting a wall. That could happen too, because you're like, move, and then people get addicted to movement, right? But at one point, the universe is like, yo, you gotta, like, that's why we have to find a balance here. And the restlessness, 100,000%. Oh, wow, this is a big one for me. So conflict from brutal honesty. So, because the more your movement, momentum you have, it's harder to stop. So, I'll talk about this in an ego. I'm going to do an ego video soon. You can watch that. So, starting too much, finishing too little. Yeah. So that, again, if you're in a momentum, you're starting this, starting that, doing this, and moving here, going everywhere. And then after, you're not doing anything, right? So this is just something we have to be careful of. Just be, we're all adults here. We have to just be very aware of like the choices we make. Like in the horse reading, I talk about choosing a lane and then staying in that lane and running with that lane. So, which is horse energy, right? It's the same idea. If we choose 10 lanes and we run, we'll never make it, right? We'll just tire ourselves out. And there's emotional volatility, which makes sense in fire, because again, fire, if you think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they are like, they're the starters, and they're like so excited. Like if you think about, so excited to start a project, to share their dreams, or go do this, go travel, and then they get tired at one point, and they're like, oh, because they put so much energy in that beginning, right? So think about that a little. So, we're not here to, we don't want to, like, how can I say this? We don't want to like exterminate the fire, we don't want to tame it. We need to just learn to ride it. That's the key here. So, like fire, the fire horse is not, it's not seeking validation. You're moving into an energy that is pushing you to your next step, to your next project, to your next relationship, and there's no slowing down. So just learn how to slow down in this as well, because you don't always have to follow his blazing trail all the time. It's for me, I feel like it's what I'm getting out of this: run to what scares you the most, right? Like, let's just go for it. There's no place to hide in the year of the horse. fire horse. It's time to leap. It's time to jump. It's time to go. So I'm going to pull a overall energy just to get, you know, the feeling. I've already talked to you a little bit about it, but let's just pull what tarot has to provide for us here. Wow, that's a nice card to get. The Four of Wands. Aries energy. Hilarious. The Four of Wands is celebration, victory, marriage, you know, enjoying life. The foundation is already set, and now it's time to live a little, right? It's kind of the same idea. It's time to stop trying so hard to establish a career, to get a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. We're always trying. Like, enough. The Four of Wands, like, okay, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Trust that. You've already established, the pillars are already set in place. The Four of Wands, enjoying life. So celebrating the little wins as much as the big wins. That's nice. Me gusta. Like that. And at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords, which is you in that year of the snake saying, oh my God, no, but I have so much to deal with. I don't know, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I'm not going to listen to the year of the horse. I don't want to do anything else. And this is that. And the Four of Wands, like, absolutely not, dudes. Like, what are you doing? We're here. We're ready. We're ready to fly. We're here. We're galloping. You know, we're not trotting. We're not like standing. We're going. Are you coming? That's the reading. All right. So in the next part is your animal. We'll get it in there. We'll get into that, obviously. And yeah, so I'm enjoying this momentum. This is like amazing. Don't fear the momentum. You know, just run with it. It's a time to jump in the fire and not fear the burning flames. Instead of seeing it, just see it as a new opportunity, right? Like, or see like as, I mean, I've taught you. It's not that I'm teaching you anything, but in past videos we've done like rejection and feeling like being okay with being the villain of a story, and all of that gets you ready for this step. You know, gets you ready for, okay, yeah. You know, so what? You know, the snake got you ready, got you strong enough and got you grounded enough to get ready for this movement. So, are you ready? Check out your animal signs. And also, if you're new here, my name is Sabrina, by the way, and I do tarot readings. You can book sessions with me, and you also can just watch my videos, encourage me, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. I also have Zodiac notebooks on Amazon that are fun and snarky like me. So I love you, and I'll see you in your animals. Bye. Okay. If you're a snake in the year of the horse, you've done your shedding. In this year of the horse, you probably might still be shedding, but you are now, it's going to be a little bit more visible. There's a tendency for snakes are observant, you know, they're powerful, silent, but they have a tendency to always go back, to look backwards, to question their decisions. You know, they slither backwards to see, oh my God, maybe I need to stay there. But this year of the horse is saying you want rebirth, you want reinvention, stay the course. Keep looking forward. We need you moving like the stallion does. The fire horse is running. We need you slithering quicker than you are right now. Get out of the grass and let's go. Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. My name is Sabrina. Thank you for being here. I'm not a Chinese Zodiac expert by any means, but I am a tarot reader and Akashic Records reader. I have my notes in front of me, so I'll be referring to that often as I talk to you. But let's just get into this. Snake is a very important year for you because you're coming off your snake year where you did a lot of the shedding, where you did a lot of the because the snake is, if we think about a snake, first of all, people, every time I say snake, they're always like, oh, sneaky, da da da. I'm like, no, snakes are snakes. Like, snakes are animals, like just every other animal. Predators exist, and that's what it is. Like, let's just honor their roles in this lifetime, let's say. Snake is observant, is very powerful. To me, they're those silent, powerfully silent is a word I would love to use, like a key words to express a snake. You know, they just slither in the tall grass, and the little, you can't see them, but when you do, you're like, whoa, right? So I feel like they're, this year, like last year, they did you probably did a lot more than most of us. You were shedding a lot more, and now you're about to become, it's like you're private and the horse is not public, you know, just to give you the polarity of it. So you're used to doing all your work without people. You don't even know, you probably don't even express yourself to your partners or to your friends, or you don't even, because everything is done with you, and that's how you work. And you know, we're not going to judge that, but the horse has nothing to do with private. The horse is running wild in the desert, in the mountains. He doesn't care where he is. He's running on the beach. Let's go, right? He is, here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Look at this. Okay. Music. Okay. You know, snakes, they see everything, like the horse sees everything, but the snake says little, doesn't talk. The horse like, whoa, right? So it's very interesting. But at the same time, right, the horse is super compassionate. They're super loving animals. The snake as well, but you know, his job is to, you know, unfortunately he has like these like venomous like fangs, you know, what can he do, right? That's what it is. This is part of his life on this earth, you know. I'm going to defend the snake. The snake is also, to me, the kundalini. Like, it's within us. It's the sacred energy that's within us in our sacral chakra. So it's like, it's meant to be. It's like, what is it? The Uros Buros is a snake that eats his tail and it keeps coming back. It's that whole like infinite energy. It's a powerful being, right? The snake is almost like a dragon. You know, people don't realize that, but like in the Chinese symbolism, snakes and dragons have the same kind of power. You know, maybe I would have to look into that a little bit more without talking right now, so I won't continue this. All right. So your core truth this year is they fear exposure, but they're meant to transform publicly. Wow. You see? Like, they're so private, they don't want to express themselves. You don't want to, you want to stay in the quiet. You want to stay hidden. But the fire horse is like, absolutely not. You're needing to get out there. We need to see you. We need to recognize you. We need to shower you with gold, or we need to, like, you know, whatever it is, shower you with money. But also you need to say it. It's very interesting. I'm coming off rabbit, and rabbit is also needs to that. Totally different animals, right? It's the key here is they fear exposure, which is interesting to me. You know, you'd think, I guess there is that like sneaky element of like hiding element. Interesting. So you, as I said in the beginning, your wild card is nostalgia, always going backwards. You know, there's always this moment for you that you're, okay, I'm ready to go. I've made my decisions. And then after, what about my family? What about my friends? What about my long-term relationship? What about, you know, like that can kill your path. in 3 seconds flat, right? You had just created this whole beautiful scenario, and then all of a sudden the past can take you and drown you again. Right? You know, you coil up like this and then you're like done for. So we're gonna have an interesting reading this reading for 2026. The snake, I love this. I made these, and this is like a person who in rebirth energy, right? I love it. And the snake is looking this way, but then there's always this, like, he wants to go back to the past all the time. But anyways, he, she, I don't talk, like, whatever. It's okay. So I did this with every other animal. I did the Western Zodiac Association. It's not 100% accurate, but there is similarities. So the snake is associated with Scorpio and Virgo. I mean, it makes sense with the Scorpio because it's all about rebirth, right? Death and transformation. And Virgo, because there's a calculated aspect to the snake as well, right? He is a predator. So he has to calculate his prey, right? So there is a psychological like depth to snakes. They're very strategic animals. They're very clever. I mean, they're clever. They're very smart, intelligent, highly intelligent beings. But they're not dragons where they want to be in the spotlight, you know? They are, or tigers, you know? They are like more quiet, but powerful. So it's going to be an interesting year for you because, I don't know, the fire is going to push you into the public eye a lot. So the card that I picked for you was the Fool card, which kind of makes sense because the Fool is the beginning of a journey, right? So we've ended the year of the snake, and now we're beginning this. Oh, that's interesting. We're beginning this fire horse year, and you are, you're a little apprehensive about starting this new journey, right? Because you're so used to like hiding, right? You're so used to being private about your life. And I don't know if it's necessarily you. I mean, this could be someone watching here. It could be a celebrity who's going to get exposed in the tabloids. You know, it could definitely be that. Or it could be that you are, maybe you have extramarital affairs and that's going to be exposed, or you've lied to your partner, or you've been too quiet that you haven't been able to express to your partners, your friends, your family, all these people in your life, and all of a sudden there's like a reveal about you and you're like, oh my god, oh, we didn't expect this from you, snake. We thought you were da 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 da, but you're really, because you've been so quiet, hiding. Hiding is like, I have a lot of admiration for people who are private, but are you private to the point where you can't even express yourself? You can't express what you're hiding, because when you're hiding, you're holding energy. Your energy getting stuck is easier for you. And that's why you have to go and kill. Maybe there's this part of you that does kill. Let's say like kill. When we say kill, I said like maybe some of you do release your fangs sometimes, and then people are like, what the fuck? And so then you just recoil again into your private little hole or under the tree or wherever, right? So there's that kind of energy. Totally. And a snake coming out in public is not someone who's quiet, even though you are. So it's kind of a juxtaposition here, like a very interesting way to look at this. But the Fool card, I'm going off in my la la land here. The Fool card is that 2026 is a completely new year for you. It, like everyone else, is 2026 is a new year for everybody else. But for you guys, you're actually going to find yourselves in a place of new relationship, a new home, a new business, a new, a new school subject or whatever, thesis, whatever. I'm so bad, degree, whatever, or something that is completely like, people are going to find out something very real about you that you've always wanted to keep silent. And the Fool is like, yeah, we're just going for it. Like, I mean, I love that the Fool is jumping off the cliff, right? It's kind of like the fire horse. He's just running through the desert. He's like, I don't care, I'm just running. That's this idea here. I'm like, the dog here is just jumping into the unknown. And that's kind of what you've kept private your whole life, is the fact that you maybe are not ready for the unknown. So let's just keep it calculated, right? This is like the rat and the snake are the same thing. I keep getting that in my head. Like you guys have this, you're all like set out. You know what you're going to do next. But the Fool is like, absolutely not. Fool is an Aquarius energy. There is like, Aquarians are super logical, of course. They have the logic. But they're also, their brains work differently than most of us, and it's a little bit more abstract. Abstract is not something that you feel comfortable in. And the Fool is asking you to be a little bit more that. Like releasing so much of this structure, of this kind of routine that you have been on. And also, I feel like this is a lot of you are holding back because of the past. The past is such a big thing for you. You're holding on to relationships. I keep getting that. You're holding on to like old business models, because it worked before, or because I'm devoted to this person because I'm married 10 years, or I've been with them for 25 years, or like that old ego mindset that keeps coming in, that, well, you can't do that because, or look at that, you did it so well like 20 years ago, it worked, you made millions of dollars, so why can't you do it now? And it's like the new energy now is like, absolutely not. We're not that. The energy is not 20 years ago, and it's not yesterday either, because it's a new energy right now. So are you ready, snake, to jump into something absolutely new and unfreaking known? I love this energy. Boom. All right. So let's get into this shit. This is fun. You're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. So much fun. With the fire horse, it's going to be a crazy ass year for you. If you're going out in the public, you are a powerful being, right? You're a snake. You're not like a rabbit. I'm not shitting on the rabbits, but the rabbit is more sensitive, and you're like, people will be attracted to you. Like, if you're single, you are you're bringing in a lot of love, like a lot of attention, but more like sensual, sexual attraction is on a freaking high. And you get ready to, I don't know, like get ready to expose yourself is what I'm getting here. Within your relationships, it may be a little bit more challenging for your partner because they're seeing a flip side of you, right? They're seeing a side of you that was like, what? And it's also you having to stopping your old ways within this relationship and not reverting back to the past, and always like staying present and saying, okay, this is me. Do you still love me? Kind of energy. That's the thing. That's a conversation that will have to be had, right? Between you and your partner, because you have shed, and now this new version of self has come up, and this new version is more open and revealed. It really is about exposing. It's a real exposed. And you'll be more inclined to expose yourself this year because you've done enough shedding, kind of energy. I like that. I like that a lot. Like you've evolved a lot in this past year. The snake was the shedding of the year of the snake was important for you. It was pertinent for you. And now you get to this place where, okay, I've done the shedding, I'm evolved, and now I'm going to act like I'm ready. I'm act as if, you know, like you're ready to get to unlayer this new version of self. Like you're in a full rebirth, with the Fool especially. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a card for love. Oh, look, I'm so into this reading, I haven't even written love. Okay, love for, no. I'm getting mixed signals. Yes, okay. Yes to this card. Oh, the World. I mean, I can't even explain to you what this is. Look at these two cards. If you know anything about tarot, the Fool begins the journey to learn all his lessons. He does all the shedding that he needs to do, and then he ends up at the World, which is the last leg of the journey, where he's learned the lessons. He shed the old trauma. He's shed all of the old timelines, the old storylines, and now he's ready to move into the new version of self. Oh my God. This is awesome. Come on, Snake. I don't know what's going on with you this year, but you're in love. This is the time for you to fully express yourself in your relationship. All of them. Fully expose who you are, what you want, how you want to move forward with your family, with your friends, with your love life, with your romantic partners, you know, everyone. This is the you that needs to show up for you and for them, and not to hold on to the past. This is how we were in the past. This is what it was in the past, in the past, in the past, in the past. No. I'm enjoying this like greatly. Okay. Now comes your finances and your career and school, if you are in school as well. So school, career, finances. Okay. Okay. This year is all about strategic growth, and you're the only one I've seen this is calculated risks are paying off for you. So any of you who are in business, let's say, or are in a career and have done a lot of legwork in the year of the snake, everything will pay off here. And you've taken some big risks, like maybe started a new business, maybe expanded in a business, or learned new skills within your career. With maybe here you took a risk in school and said, you know what, you dropped economics and you went into like communications, or you dropped science and became an artist, kind of thing. It's all going to pay off. If some of you risked investing in high risk stocks, pay off. Firehorse is giving this back to you, right? It's kind of beautiful. It really is. Let's see what we can give for you for career, finances. Your shadow is secretive decision making. Are you secretive about your decision making as well? I guess so. You're sneaky. You really are sneaky about things, right? That will change. Reach out to people, ask for people's help, assistance, guidance when it comes to making big decisions. It can't always be on you. That's a lot to carry. Ooh! What is this about? The devil is showing up in your career, finances. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I have to think about this. The devil. I mean, I love the devil now more than ever. Really, look at all these hot major arcana showing up. So the devil showing up means that you risks, totally risk, right? Temptations, whatever. Like, but in a good way. The devil doesn't play small. The devil doesn't hide like you do, right? He is out there and he's making decisions and he's making choices, life path choices that are very triggering for everybody around them. That's the devil energy, right? The devil doesn't make decisions because like I'm going to choose this because it'll protect them and them and them. And the devil thinks of himself or herself and says, okay, this is what I'm doing. Boom. He's very fire horse energy to me, this. Very like, I'm just going for it. I don't, and the devil is like even worse. The devil doesn't actually care. Like, but he does, but he doesn't because he's selfish, let's say. But selfish is good sometimes. You need to think of yourself first, because when you're always thinking about everybody else can think for themselves as well, right? Unless they're children. I always omit children from this. But if they're like your partners and your family who are adults, this is not on you to like organize your life according to them, their desires and their wants and their needs. Right? This is I love the devil energy coming here, because it's exactly this. Let's say you're in school and you're younger here and you're watching this, and you like your parents put tons of money into your education and you went into law. Okay, you passed your bar even, but you wanted to go back to do something else, or you didn't pass your bar yet, let's say, and now you've decided, you know what, I'm done with law. I can't stand this. I want to go into graphic design, like I'm totally doing that. And so your parents would freak the fuck out of you. They'd be like, what the F? That's the devil energy coming in. The devil wouldn't care. Would like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I'm not going to do this because this makes you happy. So how many immigrant children, who our parents came across and they made something of themselves, and they all wanted us to be something too. And we all followed their footsteps, but then it's like, well, for what? For who? For them, not for you. The devil is like, yo, I'm not interested. I'm pretty much the devil. Wow. Okay. It's very triggering, but it's true. It's like standing up for you. So in this case, I kind of like the devil showing up. The devil's saying, just do you. Choose according to you. What is it that you want to do in this career, in this business, in this job, in this school, and in your home, with your finances? With the devil here in career, I always think, like, are you, like, there's a possibility of maybe having a thing with a colleague or a boss. But that could be possible, but we're not going to talk about that. But that's possible. The fire horse will expose it. So beware of that. If there's anything that's like funky happening at work or at school, because the devil is the devil. The devil's temptation, it's cheating, infidelity, it's a whole bunch of things, right? But the devil's also confidence in like the highest level, it's like taking care of him or herself. Imprisoning people as well, right? But also, it's just the other side of the angel, right? It's the polarity of the angel. It's the same thing, really. It's the shadow self, which is beautiful, which is that darkness that you've been hiding from. It's that dark part of you that needs to be exposed at work, in school, at whatever, in your life. And it's showing up. Wow. You shed, and now you need to expose. I mean, freaking awesome. These cards are really beautiful. Like, I have to say this. I'm like impressed by this. I'm gonna keep them all out here because I think they're very like impressive. Okay, so we are going into health, and health. Energy improves. Watch over isolation. Okay. Yeah, stop hiding, basically, right? And your energy is going to improve this. Obviously, the fire horse is giving you a lot of energy, but there's a part of you that is hiding. Are you hiding dis-ease? Are you hiding your sickness? Are you the type, which makes sense here, are you the type to, I'm sick, I'm flu, I have this, I have that, but I'm going to still go to work. Not going to tell anybody. That like kills the energy, right? So take care of yourself. Rest when you need to rest. Stop working when you need to stop working. Like do the things that you need to do. This is your body that's going to carry you for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? We always forget. We always put precedence on money and finances and work and all the rest, but it's not your body. Listen to your devil. Listen to your devil. Okay, so health feels good to me. Okay, before we continue, I want to talk about the different elements. So everybody has there's 5 different elements in the Chinese zodiac, so each of you have one of the elements. If you are a fire snake, it makes sense. You have you will be there's a rise in your magnetism, let's say, in your charisma. People are gonna be attracted to you because you're finally exposing yourself, first of all, and also because you are you're powerful. Like I always say, I hate that word, but it really is that word. It's really beautiful. You have a presence. You're like the charmer. You're a charmer. you are that. So be ready for that, because a lot of people will be coming towards you, Mr. and Mrs. Private that you are. So Earth Snake, there's slow rebuilding. Okay, you've shed a lot, and the Earth Snake's going to take its time to expose himself. You're going to take your time in trying to build up that confidence to be out there, and it's fine. So you have that going for you, because that earth part of you will be helping you with that. So there's a slower build up for you. It's beautiful. The metal snake is going to be intense focus here. Metal, I just always assume associate with swords. So it makes sense to me. Swords is mental energy. So a lot of you'll be focused more on yourself, which is A+ for me, and moving forward, like the sword, going forward, like a knight on a horse. You think of that, with his sword forward. That is where you're going to be focusing on more. It's good. Move forward. Continue moving forward, metal. Water snake, emotional healing continues. So water snakes, of course, it's emotions. So you're still shedding, and be okay with that. It will continue, and you have the fire horse to kick you in your ass a little bit more. But unfortunately, what I could see here is that your emotions might be exposed, right? So just get ready for that. Like you're no longer crying in your cave anymore. You'll be crying in public or in front of your partner or something like that. That will be like an energy that will just occur, and you'll be like, what the hell? And you're like, oh, fire horse. Right? Wood snake, a new path opens. Boom. A wood snake is a very creative energy. So if you're get ready for new. I mean, it's all here in the cards anyways. So it's awesome. Your what's rising up within you is intellectual authority. Makes sense. People will come to you for guidance. People will come to you for intelligent conversations. But I think it's more people coming to you, even pay you money for your services or for your products or for whatever it is. They'll be, if you're consultants here, kudos to you. If there's this feeling here that, that magnetism comes people who seek your help, who seek your assistance, seek your wits, your intelligence. So that all happens because you are showing up, you're exposing. In a sense, like maybe some of you are accountants or lawyers or whatever, and then you create a YouTube channel and people come to you to get this information, or it doesn't have to be YouTube, it could be whatever. So your self-sabotage is looking backwards, going back to the comfort zones. We've already talked about this. Your power move is to step forward without looking back. 1000%, we've already done this. Basically, just trust this evolution. Just trust this process that you're on, because trust where you are right now in the present moment. You have had a challenging time doing that because you continuously go into your past all the time. And that's okay. And there's no one like judging you for that. It's whatever it is. But there's a part of you that the year of the snake, you shed that old version of yourself. So leave it there. And now move into this new version of self, right? Move forward like you mean it. Totally, agree, 100,000%. Like move forward like you mean it. So let's pull a oracle card for snake. The ocean shows up. The ocean is vast as the ocean. I mean, the ocean is emotional. So water snakes, beware. I love it. But it's not only about water snakes here. The ocean is expansive, right? There's so many possibilities that can occur in there's so many different elements that affect the ocean, but yet the ocean still stands there. So it's kind of like you too, right? You will expose yourself. The ocean is fully exposed. There's no covering. Oh my God, everything is just so beautiful. All these cards like really make sense. And so it still in a way finds its way to protect itself, even if tsunamis and floodings and pollution, it still finds a way to regenerate itself. So it doesn't go, 10 years ago I did this and it worked. No, it doesn't do that. It just works in the present element, at the present moment. To me, this is like, I love it. This is like you having, I don't know, you're going to show up big this fire horse year. You're going to show up uncomfortably for you too, maybe, because you're going from private to public. But at the same time, there's a part of you that is ready for it. You're not meek or small. So you're ready for the reveal, the truth to be revealed. And you're ready for the pushback, which is a tsunami or a hurricane or whatever hits you. Or a drought or whatever. You're ready for it. Like, I can do this. I got this. I'm the ocean. I'm as vast as... I'm vaster than the earth. Right? So I can handle this. All right, my beautiful snakies. This is like awesome. I wish you well in this new year. I see a lot of greatness coming for you. It's going to be definitely uncomfortable for a lot of you, but I think I believe that you are very capable of moving into this year more comfortably than most other animals, because you're very powerful in the silence, but given the task to be in the public, I think you will do pretty well on your own. So trust that part of you. And also, you're in a rebirth stage of your life more than ever, and the fire horse is going to take you there. So allow it to take you there. Do not resist it. This is a year of exposure, but it's a year of revealing the truth that's inside you, that may affect your relationships, that may affect your career, your school, these decisions that you've made in the past, but I think it's the best of the best that will happen for you. So trust that. All right. I love you. I will see you when I see you. And that's it. Enjoy. And happy 2026. Bye.